go like 4 days in a row with no work days? That's because elimination is broken down into sections. So we'll teach a little bit, work time. Teach a little bit, work time. It starts out really simple today. So all of today's problems in your homework are easy. Okay, they're not going to stay that way. Tomorrow they're going to get harder. All right? Now, when we do elimination, what we're doing is we're getting opposite coefficients of the same variable. What does opposite mean? Not different, but...
Negative to positive and positive to...
There you go. So if I gave you 4, the opposite coefficient is?
Negative.
If I gave you negative 7, it's 7, right?
Yeah.
So you have to get them opposite. So today they're starting off with the same coefficient, so they'll either be opposite or the same number, so they're pretty easy. We don't have to do a ton of multiplication with numbers, just negative 1. All right, so up here, elimination works by getting what?
The opposite.
Opposite what?
4. Opposite coefficient.
Opposite coefficients for the same variable. So, does that mean it has to be x or it has to be y?
No.
Nope, it's got to be one or the other. Everybody good? Okay, they're going to start off with absolutely no work. So when you look up here, this is the problem that we're going to start with. Is everybody with me?
Yes.
Okay, when you look at the coefficients, are the x's the same?
Yeah. Wait, no.
No. Are the y's the same?
Yes.
No.
They're very close. We have a positive 3 and a negative 3.
That's like 6 apart.
Are they already opposite coefficients?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, y has the coefficients of 3 and negative 3. All the work is done. Because in elimination, what you do is you add up the two equations.
What about
Good?
4x and 2x have to be opposite?
No, just one of them. If they were both opposite, the whole thing's going to go away.
Hey, Miss Clark.
Yep.
So you would add going up and down or
Yep.
across?
We add going this up and down. So we take 2x plus 4x. What's 2x plus 4x?
6x.
6x. Everybody
Plus
there?
0y.
Okay, now plus 3y minus 3y, what do those two things
0.
do? Those cancel because we're adding. What's 13 plus 17?
30.
30.
All right, now, how do I get x by itself?
Divide by 6.
5.
So x equals 5. Do I have my point yet?
Man, that's really easy.
It is very easy. Okay, what do I have to do with the 5? Plug it in, just like yesterday. Which one do you want? Top one?
2x.
Okay, so we're going to use 2x plus 3y equals 13. That's the one you chose. Okay, where does the 5 go?
And the x.
In for the x. So this becomes?
10.
10.
All right, I'm going to write it out, but you are right. 2 times 5.
Do we have to write it out?
Yeah, because sometimes most of your mistakes are made with simple math. Am I right? What's 2 times 5?
10 plus 3y equals 13.
It's 1. Y equals 1.
Well, just wait a second.
So 3y equals 3.
5, 1.
What?
So y equals 1. Am I done?
No.
No.
You gotta put that one in for 1.
Check it.
Well, I can check it. What's my answer?
5-1.
5-1. This is a point. So if these two lines meet in a point, what kind of lines are they?
The thingy.
C.
The ones that cross. What are they called?
A, I.
CO.
See,
I.
consistent, independent. Because these two lines cross. Okay, what if it had come out where 3x equals 3x? What kind of line?
It was 0. That
No,
would be
consistent, dependent, same line. What if it had came out 3 equals 7?
I see.
That parallel lines, which are?
IC. CI.
No,
CD.
one letter.
CD.
Inconsistent I.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I've got my point. We've done our work. Okay, are you ready? In words, what do you do first? Choose a variable to.
Well, there's more.
Opposite coefficient.
That's down here. Choose a variable to eliminate.
Oh, eliminate.
All right. Get opposite coefficients in the equation. What do I do after I have the opposite coefficient? No.
Add.
I add
Ah.
the equations together.
Plug.
No.
Solve.
Solve for the remaining variable.
Plug.
Plug
Yeah.
the value into one of the equations and
Solve.
solve
Oh, solve.
for the other variable. Plug both values back in to check, and what should my answer look like?
Point.
A point. Okay. Everybody good?
Yeah.
Yes.
We ready for our practice?
Yeah, boy.
Can I move this up?
No.
No. Yes. You
Wait.
should leave it there so
Hey,
it's
Mrs. Carter, I got a quick question. Not done yet.
Okay. Do we have opposite coefficients?
Yes.
Yes. Where are they at?
Negative 3x and 3x.
Yes. The x's are a negative 3x and a positive 3x. So the x's are good. Everybody all right?
Wait.
Yes.
Okay, so do I have to multiply by anything or do anything to it?
No.
No. What do I do? What do I do with the two equations with their opposite coefficients?
You add up and
I add them. So what's a negative 3 plus 3?
0.
0. So that guy's gone.
Negative 2.
Negative 2y equals
30.
30.
Then why?
Divide by negative 2.
Y equals negative 15.
I'm a good teacher.
Okay, y equals negative 15. Now what do I do with that negative?
Plug that one in.
You plug it into one of the equations that you pick. Let's pick the top one because it's easy. I did the bottom one.
So, but
Top one?
I did the
Bottom
bottom
one.
one. Bottom one.
Okay, hands up. Who wants the top one? Who wants the bottom one?
Sorry,
Bottom
you're on
one
the
wins.
first. Sorry.
Okay,
Are we going with?
so now we're taking, when you pick the equation, you pick the bottom one. Does it really matter?
No.
Not at all.
Can you
So where's this negative 15 go?
In the Y area.
In the y. So we have 3x minus 6 times a negative 15 equals 18. What is negative 6 times negative 15?
90.
So 3x plus 90 equals 18. Now what?
You have to subtract 90.
And that equals negative 72.
So 3x equals negative 72.
Not 108, Christian.
Yeah, you got to subtract.
use the cube change thing on my paper, which made it a negative 90, so I had to add it over instead of subtract it. Nothing here about it.
Sorry. Are you better now? Okay, what do we do with the 3?
So
You
technically,
divide it and
I
you get,
don't use that way.
negative 24.
Negative 24.
The top one was easier.
Okay, the top one was easier. Now, voices. Am I done?
No.
No. What's my answer?
You gotta
Your
put
answer
Negative
is
24,
negative 24 and
negative
negative 15.
See, that's what I had.
What kind of lines?
Oh,
Oh, you're mopping that.
No, CA. CI.
Consistent, independent. Good job.
Thanks, Mrs. Carter, for ruining all my practice.
You're welcome. All right, now,
Wait, I have a question.
Yep.
I forgot. Yeah.
if it gives you a point, that means it crosses in one point. So you have 2 lines that intersect in one point. So that's consistent, independent.
Alright.
If it gives you 2 things that are equal, that means all the points are the same. So that's the same line. 2 lines that are not equal, that gives you 2 lines that never touch each other, which is inconsistent.
Oh.
All right, now, look at this one. How is it different from what we just did? And
Because you have to times it by negative 1, so that way you can get opposite.
yeah, when you look at these, what are the coefficients of x? 1 and here, 3
3.
are the opposite coefficients.
No.
No.
You gotta do
Now look at y. What's the coefficient of y?
Negative
1. And what's the coefficient of this y?
1.
1. So they're the same,
Yeah.
but they're not
Different.
opposite.
So just multiply it by negative 1.
Yeah, and doesn't matter which one we multiply.
No.
Not at all. I picked the top one just because.
Why?
I don't
What's
know.
that?
So I take negative 1 times the top equation. So you're multiplying a negative 1 through. What does that mean I'm really doing to everybody's sign?
Just put them a negative.
Yeah, well, I'm changing it.
Well,
They're
yeah.
positive, they're negative, they're negative, they're positive.
Yeah.
So now my new equation is negative x minus y equals 7. I'm going to write down the second equation. Now what am I going to do with those two equations?
You're gonna add those.
I'm going to add them, because do I have opposite coefficients on the y? Yes, negative and positive.
So
Be
it's
quiet,
2x.
Christian. So what's a negative 1 plus 3?
Negative 2.
No, negative 1 plus 3.
1, 2.
Positive 2x.
Positive 2, sorry, I was looking at
Okay.
the other thing.
The negative 1y and the positive y, what are they going to do?
0.
Cancel. 7 minus 9,
Negative 2.
how do I solve?
You got
Divide by
those
2.
daggone things.
So x equals negative 1. What do I do with the negative 1?
You plug it into
You gotta plug
Plug it
that
in,
thing
doesn't matter which
in.
one.
Yeah, it's top equation.
It do not.
Plug it back in, I use the top equation, which is x plus y equals negative 7. Plug in your negative 1,
That, you gotta add that thing.
add 1 to both sides,
Yeah.
y equals negative 6. So what's my answer?
You gotta do that negative 1.
Negative 1, negative 6.
What kind of lines?
That would be a CI.
CI.
Consistent independent lines. If I plug them back in, it should work, which it does. Okay, you have a practice.
Oh no, this is harder to do slower.
Wait, what we did? Someday 1.
Okay, is everybody good?
No.
Maddie started with the top equation. She multiplied it by a negative 1. She added these two together. Her y's canceled. Negative 4x equals negative 16. She divided by a negative 4. X equals 4. And then she plugged it back into the second equation. Any questions? She did great.
No,
Huh?
man, I.
Wait.
Well done.
What?
What?
You said no, and I clearly had my hand raised.
What?